Hello, Ray. Nick the Hero here. It's another Saturday lounging around doing some of my own homework and work. Yes, faculty do prep on the course material and things like that. And I came across some thoughts as I was prepping and then reading emails from students and stuff like that. So I decided to make another kind of a study habit video. Now, in your career as students, you're going to find the optimal approach for you to study. So my suggestions are really just suggestions. You can use them or not use them. It's really up to you. And mine are based kind of on the side of the faculty and what how we develop courses and how we deliver courses. Now, we got to jump back into our Wayback Machine for a little bit, and I got to go back to my high school days. I had an English teacher, Mr. Petrovic, a very nice man. Actually, he ran the yearbook. That's how I knew him. And one day, I don't remember the circumstances of the story, but he told me a story, and it just kind of really stuck with me, even though I didn't understand why. It kind of came back many years afterwards why he told me a story. But he basically told me that during World War II, uh, they studied the damage pattern on bombers and to make sure that they would build better bombers that wouldn't be shot down. So they looked at the damage pattern and they say, oh, look, there's bullet holes over there and there. Why don't we put extra armor on those bullet holes? And they were discovering that the bombers were still getting shot down, even though they were putting extra armor on those bullet holes. And Mr. Petrovic told me a story that somebody basically said, hey, wait a second, why don't we put armor where there isn't bullet holes? If those bombers are coming back with bullet holes, we know that they can still fly. Maybe if we put armor on the places where there was no bullet holes, that's where the bombers are being shot down. And at the time, I thought he was just, kind of telling stories or something like that. And then years later, I started to do research on that topic, and it's a legitimate topic. Let's go up to my computer right here. So it's something called survivor bias. And here is a classic photo you probably or image you've probably seen on the internet many times, where they kind of mapped out where these bombers were being shot and stuff like that. And there was a gentleman. Let me go back. There was a gentleman named Abram Ward, and he was a statistician, and he was the person that basically said, hey, wait a second, we're not looking at the places where things are happening. It's a long, drawn out story. I encourage you to look it up. Look up survivorship bias and look up Abram Ward. And where this is going is many times we all have our strengths and weaknesses. And when we study, we will often focus on our strength. And we say, oh, you know what? I'm very comfortable in subject X. So I'm really going to concentrate on subject X. But subject Y is your weakness, and maybe subject Y is what could be potentially dragging you down. So I wanted to open up with that little parable, I guess. It's not quite a parable because it's true. It's a documented story. So as you're studying, one of the things you want to concentrate on is look for those weaknesses in your study and try to improve them. With that knowledge, let's go out and learn something.